Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another video. Today I want to talk about some Walking Dead stuff. Of course, Dead City Season 2. We are 2 days away from the premiere. I got an article here by IGN where they talk about the first 6 episodes, and kind of the thing that stands out with these episodes is that Negan and Maggie actually spend a lot of their time apart, which is kind of strange considering, the whole series was kind of built around them and their relationship and what have you. But with this season, with Negan already kind of being in that position in New York and being forced back into this, and then Maggie wanted to go back in there and rescue him, they apparently spent a lot of the season apart. And the thing with the early reviews, as we've gotten early reviews, and I did a video about it, so I will leave a link, but just kind of discussing where the season took everything with that particular story. The early reviews, people that got access to that, they only got access to the first 6 episodes. That's it. So with the 6 out of 8, that leaves you wondering with those last 2 episodes, is it going to lead into something bigger, kind of pointing at the direction of where the Walking Dead future could go as far as within Dead City or the other spinoffs, I guess particularly just Daryl Dixon, or if they plan to introduce a new spinoff maybe this year at Comic-Con, or just the general direction of where they want to take the franchise. It leaves you wondering, what's in those last 2 episodes. Is it really just to keep the ending kind of closed off from the rest of the world, or is it because there's something big in those episodes? So that's like the big speculation right now, that those last 2 episodes are going into something bigger, which I really hope so, because it's been very much made clear by the fan base that we want a big story. We want a big reunion. We want to close off these characters and not continue to drag them out, because we're going into 15 plus years of these characters. Some, of course, have been there longer than others, but still, we're kind of still focusing, still dependent on those original Survivor characters without any real closure, much like the end of the original Walking Dead series. We didn't get real closure with that. We didn't get real closure with the Rick and Michonne. A lot of people complained about the end of that series because it's only the 1 season. There's been no word or anything about whether or not they plan to bring Rick back or plan to bring that series back at all. But there's still just the hope and the speculation that they will bring all of our original survivors back in one form or another, to give them a proper closeout, to have them face one final threat or whatever they plan to do, and then move on and close out that chapter. Because there's always the hope anyways, especially on my end, I guess, where I do love this world and I love seeing these characters, but I'm really, really hoping that they eventually close out these characters and introduce us to a new set. Give us a new family or a new band of survivors or what have you, to give us a new story, maybe go back to the beginning. That's kind of what I think would be best. Kind of give not so much a reboot, but just tell the point of view from someone else's perspective, or I guess just tell the apocalypse from someone else's perspective. And that's what I'm really hoping they get to eventually with these particular characters. Now, with the early reviews and everything, and I mentioned that I did a video about that before, where they have been kind of mixed, but for the most part, people seem pretty happy with it. And it seems to, with the Dead City Season 2, we're supposed to go into this with a kind of bigger focus on Herschel, because we kind of got that note or that hint at the end of last season where we saw that he actually had one of his toes taken by the Dama, and just everything surrounding her, weird, crazy antics or what have you for Herschel and just New York in general. We know that we're supposed to have a bigger focus on him, but I guess it does kind of play out that way, but then kind of fizzles out because of just everything else that's going on. So I'm hoping that's maybe we have a cameo or two, or just something that indicates where they want to take the franchise beyond these characters, and to give us the closure that we didn't get with the original series or with Fear the Walking Dead, because that's another example where they fed us some line about, hey, I'm going to go do this or that with these particular characters. We're going to leave these characters open-ended and then just never come back to them. And that's just been pretty much the biggest complaint with everything amongst the Walking Dead fan base, where they left all of these characters, or they left plot points open, or they never answered other things, and we just don't have any idea what's going on with them, or if they ever plan to revisit them and give us a final kind of goodbye for them. So with Dead City only 2 days away, I'm still very much excited for it, and I hope it plays out the way I want it to, and we get something kind of getting us excited about this franchise again, because it's been a long time since we've been excited. I have expressed this to nauseum with other videos that I've not been excited about Daryl Dixon. It's not been much of a big deal. They took the premise of what could have been a good story and just kind of diminished it and walked away from it, and kind of fed us the same story over and over with certain characters getting lost or getting taken or what have you. And that seems to be the only thing they really fall back on. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing. I will leave a link for the article in the description so you can go check it out for yourself. And I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.